So, unreported crime. Got more Rhetoric coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logic Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So I have more Rhetoric for y'all. Now, unreported crime is an example of fictitious notion. Again, a bunch of nonsense that black folk believe that's just simply not true. According to FBI data, it shows that black people have the highest crime rates across the board for all crimes. Not even close. Now, race hustlers claim that the reason why there's a higher rate of crime amongst black people is because of, and lower crime amongst white people is because of unreported crime in the white community. Now, I've heard black people say this before. You know, this is kind of a rare example, but I've heard this before. But I've never heard any one of them explain or elaborate on this, nor have I heard anybody providing evidence and data. Once again, it's just a rhetorical talking point. And as I've always said about these blacks, you know, they arm themselves with all the rhetoric, the examples of the rhetoric, but rarely if ever do they arm themselves with the ability to explain or defend the rhetoric. And this is just one more example of that. Now, the real data suggests that minorities are more likely to not report crime. And for various reasons, you know, it could be for fear of cops. It could be for fear of retaliation, you know, mistrust of the justice system, being told all your life about that the system is against you, so you don't trust the system nor the cops, right? Believe that the crime committed is not worth reporting, regardless. Like petty theft or burglary, somebody breaking into your home is still something insignificant, so you consider it's not worth to report. Regardless, the evidence showed that it's more likely to happen amongst minorities. But then I ask this question: if you believe that there's more unreported crime amongst white people, then what group of people in America, for the most part, that you hear have the no snitch rule? You don't snitch to the cops, right? What group of people in America has a saying, snitches being stitches? Like, what group of people in America more fear of being retaliated for talking to the police about a crime committed? It ain't white folks. It's black people. Okay, you see this stuff happening amongst black people. So who do you think are more likely to have unreported crime then? You still believe that it's white people that are not reporting crime, and if it is significant, you telling me it's so much to explain the discrepancy in the rate between blacks and whites? I haven't seen any evidence to support that. Regardless, there is no evidence whatsoever of any unreported crime, because if the crime is unreported, how would you know about it? But I haven't seen any evidence that we see this more with white people, and I haven't seen anyone provide any data, anything, not even any logic, any theoretical logic to defend this narrative, because it doesn't make any sense. None whatsoever. Anyway, if you ever hear any of these race hustlers or any of these black victims crying about unreported crime amongst white, well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. And it's always y'all. Until next time.